What's up, everyone? This is Against the Spread, NFL Week 12. I'm Troy. This is my boy Christian, and we are back for this week. Christian, let's start with our recap for the last week. So 4-6, minus 1.7 units. So another week where we lost around 2 units, just back and forth. Can't really.
Unlucky week, man.
Yeah, it's just another week of one of those. So we'll start with the winners. Monday night, Eagles +3, 2 units. Cash that one, went outright. Shout out to MVS for the drop.
Yeah, and Travis.
And Travis for the fumble. Cardinals +5.5, +2 units on that one. Me and Christian both had that.
Easy.
Cashed that by 0.5 point. I think they lost by 5, so.
It was easy the whole game till the end.
I know, right? Yeah. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. That was a gut feeling on me. I mean, I just felt like he was due for a touchdown. We threw it out there for a unit, cashed it in the second quarter. Chicago +10.5, plus a unit there. They almost blew it.
Yeah, they tried.
I don't know if it would have got a 10.
They tried.
But they almost blew it. But that fumble at the end, I don't know if that, anyways. But, yeah, +10.5, cash that. And then we'll get to the losses here. Miami -12.5. I mean, I saw something. They didn't punt until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't score. Get down the goal line, 4th and 1, couldn't score. I mean, they should have blew them out. The Raiders defense really big in the red zone.
Hey,
tip your cap there.
And that's why you say always stay away from the big numbers.
Yeah, no, I mean exactly.
Yeah,
and I never bet that, and I just whatever. Cincinnati +3.5. I mean, I felt like we were on the right side here.
100%.
We're up 10-7. And
Driving.
Joe Burrow goes out up 10-7. Not ideal. From that, Christian actually live bet the Ravens. We should have posted it out and threw it on there, but we did not. So, good call on his part. Denver -2.5. Won the game outright. Won it by 1. 2.5 screwed us. I mean, Christian, and we'll talk about another game that kind of screwed us, but I'll get there in a second. Carolina +10.5. Never had a chance. They're terrible. Bryce Young's terrible. They're on the no-bet list for us.
I was about to say Carolina's got to get on the list.
Garbage. Chargers -3. Another. We got to catch the ball. First-round draft pick can't catch the ball.
Dude, well, I watched that entire game, and oh my god, it was just so bad. Like, the Chargers should have beat them by like 21 points. It was so bad, man.
Right.
It was terrible.
Last one, Rams -2. Tweeted this one out. God, dude, won by 1 point. I think what we're gonna start doing is if it's like a 2 and below,
Take
1.5, whatever, we're just taking the money line, man. We missed out on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 2.5 is a little too much, but like two below, we got to start. I think we're just taking money line there and swallowing the juice, because that's just heartbreaking for them to win the game and we lose the bet by 1 point.
And we had -2. 3 of those this week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, was it? Yeah.
So tough.
Anyways, let's get into week 12. Excited about this week, Turkey week.
Let's go. Thanksgiving. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into it. So first game of the week, Thanksgiving. As y'all see, we got Todd the Turkey right over here on top of the scoreboard here. So first game we're gonna have is gonna be Green Bay at Detroit. We got Detroit -7.5 with an over under of 46.5. No big lean here for me. If I had a big lean, it'd probably be Detroit -7.5. Like I've been saying all year, Green Bay's a bad team. I love betting against Green Bay, but the only thing is that hook. It really scares me. If this got down to -7 or -6.5, I'm all over it. Because I think they win this game by a touchdown, if not more. But that 7.5, that hook just really scares me, so I'm going to stay away from it at this number. But if it gets down to 7, 6.5, I'll probably definitely be all over it. But yeah, I'm not going to take it with this hook. You got anything on this one, Troy?
I do. I'm going to go with Detroit minus 7.5 as a pick this week. Listen, I told y'all last week that Jared Goff was 11-0 against the spread in his division in his last 11. He lost last week against the spread, first time in that many games I just told you. I think he starts another streak. He dominates this division against the spread. Jordan Love is not a good quarterback. We've seen that throughout the entire NFL season. And the Lions can rush the passer, and that's when Jordan Love is bad. Startles him, I guess. I don't know. Aiden Hutchinson is a man. So I think 7.5 is good. And then this might take me a while, so bear with me here. I'm going to give you some great Thanksgiving stats, Christian.
All right, let me hear it, buddy.
So, okay. Touchdown or more fave since 2006. 21-2 straight up. 17-6 against the spread. Since the wild card era, so 1990 is when that started. 23-8 against the spread. Okay? 10 points or more. 11-0 against the spread in the last 30 years. On the road, as a favorite, last 20 years, 8-1 against the spread. Road faves, 24-1 straight up, 19-6 against the spread since 04. Okay, so I just gave you a lot of crazy trends.
A lot of numbers.
Favorites. Did you follow me there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. So, as you can see, favorites cover.
Absolutely.
On Thanksgiving. So we're going line set. That's not the only reason we're taking lines down at 7.5. I told you a bunch of others, but I did wanted to throw that out there.
Hey, you know my lock, so you know I love it. I love it. So yeah, I love Troy's points here. Yeah, like I said, if I was leaning anyway, it's definitely gonna be Detroit. Might take it. It's a Thanksgiving game. I want to have a little bit of something. Eat some turkey, and watch all these games and have a little something in all of them. So I may take that one tomorrow morning. I like all those points there. Let's hop into this next one here. We got Washington at Dallas. We got Dallas minus 12.5 with an over/under of 48.5. You got anything on this one, Troy?
I do not, but I would lean Washington plus 12.5 heavily. I actually have it written down right here. It's the last one out that did not make it on my 4, so 100% would be on Washington. And those trends I gave you, exclude the Cowboys here, right? Because this is another crazy stat. Cowboys lost last 4 against the spread on Thanksgiving, 1-11 against the spread, their last 12 on Thanksgiving. And then Dak Prescott is 1-5 against the spread on Thanksgiving in his 6-year career. That's the worst since 1990, so take that with how you want to take it, but the Cowboys don't play good on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm all over this one as well. Just like the points that Troy made, I'm just going to kind of reiterate. Dak Prescott is notoriously bad on Thanksgiving. Like Troy said, he's 1-5 on Thanksgiving games, I'm pretty sure.
Against the spread.
Or against the spread on Thanksgiving games.
Which is what we do. So.
Exactly. Exactly. Big name right there, baby. But, yeah, so I'm going to be all over Washington. I got them at plus 13. It's going to be my lock of the week. Got to get these lock of the weeks back on track. I'm at 4-7 right now. We started off really hot on these locks. We're really trying to dial in and get these lock of the week records, skyrocketing. So yeah, I'm taking Washington plus 13. I saw this on Monday, took it immediately, threw 2 units on it. They just had a really bad game against the Giants, so this number is really inflated because of that performance. They notoriously don't play good against the Giants. We said this last week. That's why we didn't take them last week with that big number. They end up losing outright. So that's why we didn't touch that game last week. But that's the Giants. This is the Cowboys. This is Thanksgiving. This is Sam Howell's first Thanksgiving start. I think he comes out here. He shreds this mediocre Cowboys defense because they have a lot of injuries on defense, and they're one of the most injured teams in the NFL right now. So give me Washington plus 13. We know that Cowboys cover against some bad they cover against some bad teams sometimes, but they always have down spots against bad teams, and I think this is one of them. Exactly. In division, Commanders played the Eagles close, so I could see them playing the Cowboys just like
Cowboys,
just how they play the Eagles. You game plan basically the same thing. I mean, the Cowboys and the Eagles are so much the same per se. But yeah, so give me Washington plus 13. Love this spot for them. But let's hop into this next one. We got go ahead.
Before you go, 70% of the bets are on the Cowboys. All the money's on Washington. So when I say all,
we're in the right spot.
So
we're in the
right spot.
Good spot
there as well. All right, let's go to the next one.
All right, next one we got San Francisco at Seattle. We got Seattle plus 7 with an over/under 43.5. Yeah, this is going to be another big one for me. Love San Francisco minus the 7. I actually got this at a little bit better of a number earlier in the week at San Francisco minus 6.5, and it is going to be one of my picks of the week. Reason being, I got 2 names for you, Young and Bosa. They wreak havoc, man. And I don't care if it's Geno Smith playing hurt or Drew Lock back there. These guys are going to wreak havoc. We saw it when they played Jacksonville. They got pressure on Trevor Lawrence, and he basically folded and just couldn't even score a touchdown. I see this game going the exact same way. This Seattle offense has been looking god-awful the past 4 weeks. So I could just see San Francisco run away with this one. I would even lean Seattle's team total under, because this defense is firing on all cylinders. Brock Purdy's got all his weapons back. Debo, Christian McCaffrey's healthy, Ayuk's healthy, Kittle's healthy. So these guys are scary right now. So yeah, I'm all over San Francisco minus 6.5. I like it at the 7 too. But I would probably think about it a little bit if it got up to 7.5 and think about that hook, because that 7.5 hook is deadly sometimes. But you got anything on this one, Troy?
I do. I'm with you, man. San Francisco minus 6.5 is going to be my lock of the week.
Let's go.
So I gave you all the stats earlier on favorites on Thanksgiving. Not going to go through that again, but that's not the only reason. Geno Smith is questionable to play. I think we saw earlier actually that they're going to let him go. So he's going to be ready to roll, which is good for me. He's hurt. He's not 100%. And that defense, like Christian said, wreaks havoc. The 2 defensive ends are men, and the linebacker they have, God, I forget it just slipped out of my mind. But
Warner.
You know who the hell I'm talking about.
Fred Warner? Yeah.
God, he's so good, right?
He's so good, man.
So anyways, that defense is going to light them up. And Brock Purdy's a man. He's averaging 9.7 per attempt. And, wow. Sorry, guys.
Got a little notey popping up.
Yeah, something like that. So 9.7 yards per attempt. That's insane.
Yeah.
The last 2 people to do that, Dan Marino, and I forgot the other guy's name, but they both won MVP that season. So let's not act like Brock Purdy is not, like a lot of these analysts on TV want to act like he's some bum. He's not. He's a man. So we like Brock Purdy in this spot. They got C-Mac. They got weapons. Debo, Brandon Knight. I mean, no way they can keep up with this team. Give me the 49ers lock of the week.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, and another thing, too, is I'm going to eat my own words here, because I bet Jacksonville when they played the 49ers, because I thought that the 3 losses kind of showed that the league had schemed for Brock Purdy and kind of fixed him, and basically try to kind of figured out what he likes to do and all that good stuff. But obviously that was not the case. He went out there, had all of his weapons. We obviously saw that all of his weapons missing was the problem. So once they got healthy, got Trent Williams back in there too. They're a dangerous
team. Yeah, he had the concussion too. I think that he was actually a little bit out of it, right? So,
For sure. But all right, let's hop into this next one. We got Miami at New York Jets. We got the Jets plus 9.5. With an over-under of 41. I know Troy isn't going to touch this game because of that big spread, and he does not want to trust Miami again. But, yeah, I feel the exact same way. Miami minus 9.5, that's just too much against this Jets defense. And also, you never know what you're going to get with Zach Wilson. He can go out there and have a great game and put up 31, 24, or he could go out there and do what he's been doing and put up 7, 14, 10, and just not produce at all. So, yeah, I'm going to stay away from this one. Probably going to be staying away from a lot of Jets games. They just look very strange right now at this point of the year. I don't know what I'm gonna get from them, so I'm gonna stay away from it. You got anything on this one, Troy?
Absolutely not. I would lean the Dolphins because I think they're going to blow them out. But when I bet on them, they want to freaking play around with the Raiders. So no, nothing for me. I think Robert Saylor's actually 0-4 against the spread coming off a short rest. So what, 4 days rest? They play Friday, I think. So that number just obviously he doesn't do something right on short rest, right? So that's a coaching thing. We lean Miami hard, but I'm not betting that big number.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. Let's hop into this next one. We got New Orleans traveling to my Atlanta Falcons, baby. I wanted to lean Atlanta here, but just because they're at home, Desmond Ritter's back, which I hate. Like, what the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing, man? Why are we benching Desmond Ridder, making him lose all his confidence just to put him right back in? And Taylor Heineke's healthy. He's good to go. And we're going to start Ridder. Like, just makes no sense. Shows why Arthur Smith needs to be fired, in my opinion. He just doesn't have a hold of that locker room or have any idea what he needs to do with this team. Get Arthur Smith out. Honestly, I lean the Falcons, but I hope they lose because I want a better draft pick and I want Arthur Smith out. So that's basically it for me. You got anything on this one, Troy?
Yeah, no, this game sucks. Battle of the NFC South division winner, probably. I think they're both under 500. Terrible division. I think the Saints were a favorite earlier. Now Atlanta's a favorite. That looks right. Yeah.
Right.
So that's changed in the day. Yeah, it definitely has. I'm looking at it here. So, yeah, man, nothing for me here. Two wishy-washy teams. Don't know what the hell you're going to get out of them. Derek Carr, who knows? Desmond Ridder is starting for them. I mean, yeah, nothing for me. Arthur Smith, he needs to get back to FedEx, I guess.
Can't disagree with you there. Let's hop into this next game. Back-to-back, my two teams here. Next game, Steelers going to Cincinnati. Oh, get out of here, two teams. You don't even have one team. But no, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. You got anything on this one, Troy?
No, I don't know what to make of Cincinnati with the backup coming in. He looked fine last week. I mean, he just got thrown in there against a really good Ravens defense. I think he scored 10 points. Yeah, 10 points. So, I mean, he looked fine, but we'll see exactly what he's made of this week. Not going to take a chance on a backup that I've seen play a half, right? And then on the other side, Kenny Pickett is awful.
No, he's not.
That draft class is bad. He's not a good quarterback. They need to move off of him this year, I believe, and go get somebody else in the draft. But, yeah, nothing for me, Christian.
Yeah, I completely disagree. Kenny Pickett was not the issue. Matt Canada was.
I don't think so at all. But
listen to me. I watched a 20-minute video of basically just plays where Kenny Pickett made the right decision, and the team literally, the offense has no idea what they're doing. They ran basically a swing screen out to Warren last week, and you have three wide receivers that are supposed to go up the field and block on this play. All three of the motherfuckers run routes, and sure, you can say, well, the scheme is they run routes. It's a terrible scheme. You know what I mean? You have Pickens solo on this side, man coverage. Your decision is either Pickens or you throw it to Warren. These three guys do not matter at all. So the scheme is completely dog shit. I think Matt Canada was the issue. I think the Steelers show that Matt Canada was the issue this week. So, yeah, I'm all over Pittsburgh minus 1.5. Honestly, I wanted to fade Pittsburgh last week, so you can't tell me that it's biased just because I'm a fan. But also, I love this spot for Pittsburgh. Got Matt Canada out of the building. That was the biggest issue in the entire franchise, was getting him out of the building. They should have done it 3 weeks ago when he didn't celebrate fucking Kenny's audible. Kenny audibles. I mean, Kenny is a great quarterback, and I think people are going to see that this week against a pretty good Bengals defense. Not a great defense, but a decent defense. Divisional game, must win for Pittsburgh. We're in the driver's seat for this division, so I could definitely see us getting the dub here. But yeah, so that's gonna be one of my picks of the week. Pittsburgh minus 1.5.
Ton of wheeze there, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, I've been a
Listen,
fan of him since I was 5 years old. Sorry.
listen. We'll see who the problem is. If it was Matt Canada or if it's Kenny Pickett really soon. So, um, anyways, let's
Absolutely.
move on.
Let's get up in the next game. Jacksonville at Houston. Houston plus 1.5 with the over under of 48.5. Yeah, this is a weird spot for me. A divisional game. I really wanted to go with Jacksonville minus the 1.5. But man, dude, I do not want to bet against CJ Stroud right now. He is the man. He is the future of the NFL, I think. So I'm going to stay away from this one. I just don't know enough about CJ Stroud. I mean, we could be looking at the next Mahomes. So I'm going to stay away from this one. And it's at Houston. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this one, but heavy lean to Jacksonville minus the 1.5. Must win spot for them. You got anything on this one, Troy?
No, I don't. I think Jacksonville. This is a prove it game from them in this division to see if they're going to win it. But the Texans scare me, and they're at home. I think they're 4-1 as a dog at home this year, if I'm correct on that. I think it's something like that. So CJ's played really well as a dog. They're at home, like I said, and it just scares me. So I see why you're leaning Jacksonville. I would want to lean that way too. But the other side scares me too much to really give an official lean. But I get both sides. I just can't give anything. Too many unknowns for me.
Absolutely. But all right, let's hop into this next one here. We got Tampa Bay. This is a fucking ugly one. Tampa Bay at Indianapolis. Indianapolis minus 2.5 with an over under of 43.5. Yeah, man, I don't even know what to say about this one. This is a coin flip game.
Coin flip game.
Yeah.
We don't bet coin flip games.
Yeah, there's just too many unknowns. I did see the Colts just release Shaquille Leonard. You see that?
Yeah, but he's been barely playing anyway, so
yeah, barely been playing.
Totally saw that. Totally saw that coming.
That's a Pro Bowl linebacker that you could be just handing some.
Yeah, some veteran team needs to go get him. That's
Bills
in a playoff hunt. Yeah.
He'd be crazy on the Bills. But yeah, it's the only thing interesting about these two teams. I keep it short and sweet on this one. I don't have anything for this. Not even a lean.
Yeah. No, I'm totally with you. If you want to bet this game, maybe the Buccaneers are the spot. The Colts secondary is pretty bad, and Mike Evans and Godwin are, obviously just amazing. So maybe take that into account if you're looking at the game to maybe tease it or something. But yeah, nothing official for me.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the next one. Oh God, another ugly one. New England at the Giants. Giants plus 3.5 with an over under 34.5.
You can't be on the Pats on the road as a 3.5 point favorite. You got to take that Giants side, but we're not betting on Tommy DeVito. I'll be quick and short. He had
a great game last week. 200. Yeah, I think he had over 250 yards.
Well, let's remember that the Redskins do it every single week.
Every single week.
The Commanders turn the ball over 6 times, so let's remember that. But yeah, they're 2 bad quarterbacks here. We'll take the home team with the hook. I mean, I'll lean that way, but Tommy Vito's terrible, so we're not betting this.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Christian? Kind of same idea there.
Yeah, same idea there. Giants played great last week. Don't see them doing it again. Patriots. Is Bill Belichick going to get fired? Is he not? Yeah, both organizations right now are on fire. So I'm going to stay away from this one. Too many unknowns once again. Only thing I will say is, like Troy said, Giants played Commanders last week. Commanders had 6 turnovers. I love betting teams that had, a lot of turnovers the week before, because that's going to be a focus at practice. Hey, let's not turn over the ball. Let's keep it in our team's hands, and we're just going to play simple football. So, once again, love Washington plus a 13. Let's hop into back to that. Let's hop into this. Got to win the locks of the week.
This is another ugly one.
Yeah, another ugly one. Carolina at Tennessee. Tennessee minus 4 with an over-under of 37. Oh, man. Carolina's on the no-bet list. The only way I could look at Tennessee minus 4.
This has got to be a Panther spot here with 4 points, but they're on the no-bet list, like you said.
Ain't on the road.
And Will Levis suck. Fuck the Panthers.
And
Fuck
Vrabel.
This game.
Yeah. You can't take the Panthers like against Vrabel. Like he's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna scheme up Bryce Young in 2 minutes.
But then I can also see them winning by like a 3.
Yeah,
we get screwed by. Yeah, it's just
exactly.
What a terrible game.
Yeah, terrible game. Let's get out of this one too. This one's just so bad. I don't bet this game, guys. That 4 number is terrible. Both these teams are terrible.
It's a coin flip, man. It's like what you don't. There's nothing. We're gonna bet Bryce Young versus Will Levis. Come on.
Yeah, and Bryce Young throws a pick 6 every game, so you never know. You never know what the fuck the score's gonna be. So yeah, let's get out of this one. Don't bet that fucking game. Rams at Arizona. Arizona minus 1.5. The over under 44.5. Now this is gonna be a good game, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
This is gonna be an interesting one. Kyler Murray back on the Cardinals. Matt Stafford healthy playing. Rams got to get it back on track. They've looked piss poor the past couple weeks. But yeah, man, if I had to lean this one, honestly, I think I would lean to the Cardinals. The Rams defense looks really bad besides Aaron Donald. So
I totally agree.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I would lean Cardinals minus 1.5. That Rams defense looks awful. Kyler Murray looks really good. So yeah, if I had to lean anywhere, Arizona minus 1.5. But this will be a fun game to watch, I think. You got anything on this one, Troy?
I totally agree with that. This started at Arizona plus 1.5. Has now moved to Arizona minus 1.5 as a favorite now. Yeah, no, I'd lean that way for sure. Like you said, that the Rams defense has been pretty bad lately, and the offense is not been getting going like usual. They had to have a late push last week to win that game against the Seahawks. So yeah, I would lean the Cardinals here, but just 2 bad teams. Don't want to really touch this one.
Yeah, I hear you there. Let's hop into this next one. We got Cleveland at Denver. And it is Denver minus 1.5 with an over-under of 35.5. Yeah, a big lean to Denver minus 1.5 here. I don't think the Cleveland's offense is going to be able to put up enough points. Now, when I say enough points, I think that Denver is going to score 17, and I think that Cleveland will score 14. So I don't see a lot of points in this game. Honestly, I would lean the under, even though it's 35.5. I just don't see Russ putting up a lot of touchdowns on Cleveland's defense. He can't get it done against piss poor defenses. I don't think he's going to be able to get it done against this defense. But also, other side of the ball, DTR, come on now. So, must-win spot for Denver at home. So, yeah, big lean to Denver minus 1.5, but I'm not going to touch it because that Cleveland defense definitely scares me. You got anything on this one, Troy?
Yeah, dude. So I saw this. I wanted to make Denver minus 1.5 a play. I had like gut feeling that's the spot here. You're right. This offense is way better than the Browns' offense.
Right.
We don't know what we're gonna get out of the new quarterback there.
It's just rookie, that defense, man.
Dorian. Yeah, exactly. And then you have a lot of pros now that are moved that line from 2.5 to 1.5. I mean, that just drove me away from it. Like, what do they know that I don't know? So yeah, we gotta stay away from this one.
Absolutely. Let's hop into the next one here. Got a divisional game. Kansas City traveling to Vegas. Vegas plus 8.5 with an over under of 43. Yeah, I would have a big lean to Vegas plus 8.5. Honestly, this was one that I really wanted to add to my sheet. Only reason being is the Raiders always play the Chiefs close for some reason. Doesn't matter who's at quarterback, who's the coach, who's this, who's that. The Raiders always play the Chiefs close. I don't know what it is. I always try to take the Chiefs when they play against the Raiders, and I lose every time. So I would learn my lesson here, and I would definitely lean Vegas plus 8.5. Looks like this coach could actually get this head coaching job and keep it. So I think he's getting him more to possibly a permanent role. Because really the coaching options out there right now are pretty slim. There's not a lot of good coaches. Last year there was a ton of good coaches. So I mean this year the options are pretty slim. So this guy could be the next head coach. So I think that gives the team a little bit more confidence, a little more comfortability. So yeah, big lean to Vegas plus 8.5, but I'm not going to touch it, especially after the Chiefs just lost the way they did. They're going to be coming out like caught on fire possibly. So that's the reason I'm going to stay away from it. You got anything on this one, Troy?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I would definitely lean the Raiders plus 8.5. think it started at 9.5. Actually, we're at 8.5 now. Also, we know Patty Mahomes is not a good against the spread when it's field goal or more. So I think he's 18 and 22 ATS in that spot. So yeah, no, big lean to the Raiders. But then I think about last week and how they lost that game. They're going to come this week fired up. So big. I can see a blowout spot as well, which is why we just. I know for me that's why I couldn't put it on here. Because of that, right? Any other time I'd want to throw the Raiders in this, like throw it on here as a play, but how they lost that game, I just feel like they're going to come out ready to play, and we could see a blowout. So yeah, staying away from this one because of that.
Definitely feel you there. Let's hop into this next one. Big game of the week here for me. Buffalo at Philly. Philly -3 with an over under of 48.5. Yeah, so this is gonna be my last play of the week. I'm going to take Philly -3. Reason being is we don't know what this Bills team is, and we definitely don't know what they are on the road. Anytime they're on the road, it seems like they just lose all confidence and play like dog shit. You're coming into Philly playing I'm so glad that Buffalo beat the Jets the way they did last week so that we got this line where we did. Because honestly, let's be honest, if that was a close game last week, we're looking at a 4.5, maybe 5-point spread.
Yeah.
So yeah, so glad that happened. So I'm going to be all over Philly -3. Probably going to be kind of a public play, but honestly, I love it. I think they're a much better team. Just don't see how the Bills win this game. And I can just see Philly absolutely running away with this one or winning by a field goal and we push. So, you got anything on this one, Troy?
No, I'm with you, buddy. Give me Philly -3 as well. Actually, I think the Bills are going to be a public dog in this scenario.
Really?
And not the Eagles being I believe that's kind of how it's trending.
Love that. That's surprising.
But no, I agree. I think this number should be 4.5, 5. And I think we would have got it if they didn't blow the Jets out last week, like you said. Listen, they're just a better football team. This is not the Bills from 2021 or even last year. It's a different Bills football team. The defense is not even close to being what it was. I feel like Philly's going to run all over this Bills defense. That's their weakness. Really bad against the run. And the defense for Philadelphia is really freaking good too. That front seven's ridiculous. And Josh Allen, he struggles with pressure sometimes. So you can definitely see this game getting out of hand for Buffalo. But like Christian said, I don't see the Eagles losing this game. So at worst, I think we push.
Right, absolutely. But yeah, I love that pick. That's one of my favorite ones of the week for sure. So we're gonna have 2 units on that. Let's hop into this next one. We got Baltimore traveling to LA to face the Chargers. Yeah, we got the Chargers +3.5. The over under 47.5. I don't have anything on this one. Huge lean to Chargers +3.5. Guys, this is a bait game. You're immediately going to see this game and think, oh, -3.5, Baltimore, like, best team in the league right now, and Chargers are terrible and losing to the Packers. That's exactly what they want you to think. They want people all over Baltimore, which all the public probably, honestly, all of the picks are going to be Baltimore. All the money's going to be on the Chargers. Love Chargers +3.5. Crazy how bad they've played the last 4 weeks, and this line is only 3.5. That tells you that Vegas is trying to bait you into Baltimore. Don't take the bait. Love Chargers +3.5. That's the only thing I got to say about this one. You got anything on that one, Troy?
I do. Give me the Chargers +3.5. That's going to be a play for me. Yeah, I love this spot right here. Listen, the Chargers are a playoff caliber football team. This is basically the same team that went to the playoffs last year. They just have bad coaching. And with bad coaching, you lose close games, and that's what the Chargers do. So let the Chargers lose by a field goal again. We're fine with it. We'll take the 3.5 at home. Kind of a must-win for the Chargers as well, right? Like, Staley's got to think, like, his job, if he doesn't make the playoffs, he's out.
100%.
So
even if he makes the playoffs, he might still be out.
Yeah, so I think the Chargers definitely cover the 3.5. Don't care if I'm not saying they're going to win, but I don't know. I love this number. and like we talked about with Brandon Staley, he loves to lose a close game.
Right. And also remember, we watched that game last week, Troy, with the Chargers, because I had them. Dude, I mean, we had Austin Eckler slip and fall twice. We had him slip and fumble. Like, they had a...
Oh, yeah, on the goal line, too.
Yeah, like a bunch of bullshit mistakes. They shouldn't have lost that game. The score didn't reflect what the game was at all. Chargers beat the shit out of the Packers. They just had a bunch of stupid mistakes on the goal line, fumbled. Austin Eckler wide open on a very important third down, slips and falls out of his route. So, I mean, I just don't see that happening this week. They're playing in LA on turf, I believe. That isn't, yeah. So they're playing on their field that they're used to is basically what I'm getting at. They'll have the right cleats on because they didn't last week. I could see this a huge bounce back spot for LA. I honestly might sprinkle a little bit on the money line because Baltimore's on this huge run, huge high. So if you really like the Chargers, sprinkle a little bit on the money line, sprinkle a little bit on the 3.5. Worst case scenario, your 3.5 pays for your money line. So let's hop into this next one here. We're gonna have Chicago at Minnesota. I believe this is the Monday night game. We got
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Minnesota minus 3.5. The over/under 43.5. I mean, what just an absolute dog shit game. I mean, you don't know what you're getting with the Vikings. I faded them last week. Should have won the bet. Josh Dobbs does look like a really good quarterback. Looks like he may be a starter in the league after this season. Permanently until he shows otherwise. And then Justin Fields came back last week, covered for me, tried to blow it, but yeah. So don't have anything on this one, but if I was to lean anywhere, I guess it'd be Chicago plus 3.5 because I honestly think they're the better team. I could see them winning it outright. I think that Minnesota's getting a little overvalued. Like I said, Josh Dobbs is a good quarterback, but they do value him. Don't forget, he is still 2-10 as a starting quarterback in the NFL. So
that is true.
Yeah, still keep that in mind. But you got anything on this one, Troy?
No, absolutely not. This game is coin flip. Josh Dobbs. You would think Josh Dobbs, right? The way he's playing, that's what we think Justin Fields. That's how we think he should be playing. Right. As a first round draft pick, he's one read. Not there. He's using his athletic ability to get out the pocket, make something happen, and he's just pull. I don't know what the hell. I've never seen this. He's been a journeyman quarterback, and he is just playing like we've never back at Tennessee.
Yeah, and now he's in an O'Connell offense. So
we're not freaking betting against him.
Mm-hmm. And Justin Jefferson's back.
Absolutely not. And is JJ back?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, no, we're not taking this game. I'm definitely going to bet the under because we're going to ride this under primetime thing until we can't, right? So
till the wheels fall off.
3.5. Throw something on that.
Absolutely. Well, awesome, man. Well, that has been this week for us. That is NFL Week 12. So leave us some comments, guys. Leave us your plays of the week in the comments. If it's a really good, leave some cool parlays too. If one of them cashes, we'll feature it on the show. We'll reach out to you, get the slip from you, get it posted, and just have like a little shout out week for the fans. But yeah, other than that, you got anything for us, Troy? Sending us out?
Nothing, man. Let's have a fucking week 12 right here. Let's go 8-0. Let's win some freaking money for the squad. Follow our Twitter, our Instagram, please. Subscribe to the channel, like the freaking video, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. See y'all next week.